Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever looked at your savings and wondered why it feels like it's barely moving? Well, for other people, their money just seems to explode? Well, it's not magic, I promise you. It's all about math. Today we're diving into the two completely different paths your money can take. One is a slow, steady walk, and the other, well, it's an unstoppable sprint.
So let's start with a puzzle. Imagine two friends, okay? They both start out with the exact same amount of cash. Fast forward a few years, and one is way wealthier than the other. How is that even possible? Well, the answer is all about the path their money took, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
All right, so here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with the two basic paths money can follow. Then, we'll break down simple interest, think of it as a straight line. After that, we'll meet its much more powerful cousin, compound interest, the snowball effect. Then, we'll have a little head-to-head showdown, and finally, we'll unlock the formulas that really reveal all their secrets.
Okay, let's dive right in. First up, money's two paths. We've got to understand the basics of how your money can actually grow in the first place.
Let's start with the first path, simple interest. Honestly, the best way to think about this is as a straight line. It's super steady, totally predictable, and it's all built on three key ingredients.
So, ingredient number one is the principal. This is just the starting pot of money, right? It's your financial ground zero, whether you're the one borrowing it or the one investing it.
Next up, we have the rate. This is just the percentage you earn on your money over a certain amount of time, which is usually a year. So, a 10% rate, that just means you get 10 rupees for every 100 rupees of your principal every single year. And our final ingredient is, you guessed it, time. This is simply the duration your money's out there working, whether it's for a few months or for many years. Pretty straightforward, right?
Now, here's how it all comes together, and this is the most important part about simple interest. The interest you earn is always calculated based on your original principal. That number never, ever changes. So year after year, the amount you earn is exactly the same. It's consistent for sure, but as you're about to see, it is definitely not the most powerful path.
And now, for the real game changer, compound interest. If simple interest is that flat, straight line, compound interest is a tiny snowball at the top of a huge snowy hill. It starts small, but as it rolls, it gathers more snow, getting bigger and bigger and moving faster and faster. This, my friend, is where your money truly starts to work for you.
Let's see the snowball in action. Let's say you invest 6,000 rupees at a 10% rate. After year one, you've earned 600 rupees. But, and here's the absolute key, that 600 rupees gets added back into your principal. So now in year two, you're not earning interest on 6,000 anymore, you're earning it on 6,600. So your earnings actually jump up to 660. You see? The snowball's already getting bigger. And this process just keeps on repeating, over and over again. The interest is always calculated on a bigger and bigger sum than the time before. And that ever-widening gap, the one between where you started and where you end up, that is the incredible magic of compound interest. Okay, so we've met our two contenders. It's time for the main event. It's time for the showdown. Let's put simple and compound interest head to head. We'll give them the same starting amount, and we'll just see what happens. It really all boils down to this one simple difference. With simple interest, your principal is static. It's locked in and never changes. But with compound interest, it's dynamic. It's alive. It grows every single period. And this one little change, it makes all the difference in the world.
And here is the proof, plain as day. Look at the simple interest side. The principal just stays at 8,000 rupees, earning the same 400 rupees each and every year. Boring. But now look at the compound interest side. The earnings from year one become part of the principal for year two. The very foundation for your earnings is constantly getting bigger.
So after just 3 years, the results are crystal clear. Simple interest gets you to 9,200 rupees. Not bad. But look at the bar for compound interest. It pushes just that little bit further, to 9,261. Now that gap might seem kind of small right now, but just you wait.
That extra 61 rupees, that's where the magic is. That's money that was earned not from your original investment, but from the interest itself. Your money made money. And yeah, it's a small number now, but just imagine this effect over 10, 20, or even 30 years. That gap doesn't just grow, it accelerates, it explodes.
So calculating this stuff year after year after year would be, well, a total pain, right? Luckily, there's a much faster way.
We can unlock the true power of these concepts with a couple of really elegant formulas that do all the heavy lifting for us.
This thing right here, this is the engine room of compound growth. A is the final amount you end up with, P is your starting principal, R is the rate, and N is just the number of years. This one beautiful equation lets you literally leap into the future and see exactly what your investment is going to be worth.
And that's really why this matters so much. This formula isn't just a bunch of math. It's like a financial time machine. It is the ultimate shortcut that lets you bypass all those tedious steps and jump straight to the final, amazing result.
So let's put this beast to work. We just plug in a principal of 16,000 rupees for 3 years at a 10% rate, and boom, in one single calculation, we find our final amount, 21,296 rupees. No more year-by-year stuff. It's powerful, and it is so efficient.
All right, let's boil this all down. Here are the key things to remember. Simple interest is linear growth on a fixed amount. It's that straight line. Compound interest is exponential growth on an ever-increasing amount. It's that unstoppable snowball. The secret sauce, the magic ingredient, is your interest earning its own interest. And finally, formulas are your absolute best friend for figuring all this out quickly.
So I want to leave you with one final question to think about. Now that you've seen the unbelievable power of the snowball effect, where is it already at work in your own life? Because remember, this is the same engine that can power your savings to incredible heights, but it's also the same engine that works in reverse on things like credit card debt. Understanding this one principle is the absolute key to making sure that snowball is rolling for you and not against you.